Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. After watching this video, you can apply the nodal analysis in the electrical circuit to find out the current in any branch. So please watch this video. Let us know the nodal analysis. Nodal analysis uses Kirchhoff current law to determine the node voltage. After knowing the node voltage, we can determine the branch current. The nodal analysis has one advantage over the mesh analysis, that is, it can be applicable to the electrical circuit, which can be non-coplanar in nature. Let us recall the Kirchhoff current law. The Kirchhoff current law states that the algebraic sum of all the current entering or leaving a node is 0. So mathematically I can write it down. For n branch current, summation of in is equal to 0. Consider this node. And this node, I am having total 5 branches coming. Current I1 is outgoing, current I3 is outgoing, and current I5 is outgoing, while the current I4 and I2 is incoming current. So as per Kirchhoff current law, I am going to write down the algebraic sum of all the outgoing current. Outgoing current will be represented with the plus sign and incoming current will be represented with the negative sign. So I can write it down like this way. Here look at over here, I1 is represented with the plus sign, I3 plus, I5 plus, while I2 and I4 is represented with the negative sign. So before applying to the nodal analysis on an electrical circuit, let us understand how we can determine the branch current. Current in a branch is basically flowing just because of the potential difference. Consider this branch. In this branch, the current I is flowing from left to right. It means that V1 is at higher potential than the V2. So I can write it down. The potential difference across these two will be V1 minus V2. And if I'm going to divide by the R, then I can determine the value of current. That will be simple, V1 minus V2 by R. Now look at this branch. In this branch, I am having a voltage source connected in series with a resistance. So again look at over here, the V1 is at higher potential and V2 at lower potential. So to determine the value of the current in this one, algebraic sum of the voltage across this branch. So V1 is at higher potential, V1 minus V2. This will be net voltage difference across this branch. So that difference will be you're going to be equal to, if I'm moving in the direction of the current, so I'm reaching at the plus 10 potential, so I'm going to write down with the plus 1. And in this resistance, the voltage drop will be represented with plus of IR. So if I solve this one, then I'll get I will be V1 minus 10 minus V2 by R. Now look at the second example in this one. Again, the same procedure we are going to follow. V1 at higher potential, V1, and V2 at lower potential. Net voltage, I am coming at this position. So this will be your plus potential and minus. So I'll write plus of I here. And again I am reaching at this plus of 10. Then I'll write down 10. So after solving this one, I'll get the value of current I that will be given by this one. So now, if a branch which is having the resistance and the voltage source, then we can write down the current. Let us apply the nodal analysis in the electrical circuit. Consider this electrical circuit. The first step is that we need to determine the node where more than 3 branch connects in the network. So look at this figure. In this figure, this node is having the 3 branch connected. One is 10 ohm, another is 10 ohm, this is your 5 ohm. But this one cannot be counted as a node just because only 2 branches connected. This one cannot be counted. While the bottom, this one also be a node. 1, 2 and 3 branches connected. I am going to mark the branch 1, 2, 3. And for the second node, I am going to mark this one as a 1, 2 and 3, representing with the dash. Now next stage is that we are going to pick up a reference node and label the remaining node with the voltage V1, V2, V3 and so on. So here we are having the two nodes. So I am picking this one as a reference node. A reference node has always voltage is equal to 0. So this is your ground node. In other words, we can say that this is your ground node. Now next stage is that we are going to write down the KCL at each node. Since in the circuit I am having only one node left apart from reference. So I am going to write down the KCL for the node 1 only. So I am going to apply the KCL at V1. So I am going to write down the algebraic sum of all the outgoing current is equal to 0. So it means that V1 will be going to be at higher potential. So for branch I1, what will be the value of the current? So we have just understand how we can write down the current in a branch which consists of voltage source and a resistance. So that was basically given by just we have done the few minutes ago. So I'm going to write down the V1 minus this is your V. Okay, the direction of current I is outgoing, so I'm going to write down this one as a plus 10 into I. I'm reaching at a plus, so I'm going to write down this one as a plus 10. So if I solve this one, then V is equal to 0. So if I solve this one, then I'll get V1 minus 10 by 10. So current in branch 1 will be V1 minus 10 by 10. Now the current in the second branch, this current is coming inside. So I'll mark this one as a minus sign 5. Current in branch third. Again, I am finding a resistance and a voltage source. So same way I will write V1 minus V, since this current is outgoing. So I'll write 10 into I. I am reaching at minus of 15. So I'll write minus 15. If I solve this one, then I'll get I will be V1 plus 15 by 10. So I'll write V1 plus 15 by 10 is equal to 0. If I solve the equation, then I'll get the value of V1. This will be your 22.5 volt. So if I know the node voltage, then I can determine the value of current in any branch. Now let us take another example. In this example, look at over here. First of all, I am going to count the node where more than 3 branches connected. Look at over here. At this node, the 3 branches connected, 1, 2 and 3. At this node, the 3 branches connected. At the bottom, the 2 branches connected. Now, I am going to take one node as a reference node. So this is your reference node. And naming the rest node with the V1 and V2. So I'm going to apply the KCL at V1. This current is outgoing. So I'll write this one. The outgoing current will be 2. Now, current in 6 ohm will be your V1 minus 0 by 6. This is your 0 potential, V will be your 0 potential. Now, the current in R3 branch. So if I am writing the KCL for the V1 node, in such case, I'll assume that V1 is greater than any other node. Otherwise, the current will not be going to be outgoing. So for outgoing current, this V1 must be going to be greater than V2. So with the, I'll write this one as a V1 minus V2 by 3. In the same way, I'm going to write down the KCL at V2 node. Now look at over here, this current is your incoming current. So I'll write down this one as a with minus sign. For outgoing current in R2, I'll write this one as a V2 minus 0 by 4, and the current in R3 branch, since I am writing the KCL for the node V2, so the current must be going to be outward. So in such case, V2 must be going to be greater than V1. So I'll write V2 minus V1 by 3 is equal to 0. So this is your equation number 1 and equation number 2. After solving these two simultaneous equations, I can determine the value of V1 and V2. Now let us take another example. Look at this electrical circuit. We are again going to apply the node analysis in this one. So look at over here, this is the node over where the 3 branches connected. This is the node over here, the 3 branches connected. This is the node over where the 4 branches connected. So I'm making this one as a reference node, and I'm assuming this one as a V1 potential and this one as a V2 potential. So if I'm going to write down the KCL for this one, in such case I cannot write down the current in the branch connecting the V1 and V2, just because this is only voltage source. Since I'm not aware with the value of the resistance in this branch, so I cannot determine the value of current. So in such case, basically we are going to apply the super node analysis. The super node is basically consisting of the two non-reference node connected by the voltage source. So look at over here, in this one the two voltage source is connected. So I am going to connect this one with a single node. So this will be going to be your super node. So now at this super node, one branch is this one, second, third and fourth branches connected. So I'll write down the KCL for the super node rather than the node. So write down the KCL at super node. So current in this branch will be represented by V1 minus 7 by 4. Current in 3 ohm resistance will be given by V1 minus 0 by 3. Current in 2 ohm, since this is at the V2 potential, so I'll write down V2 minus 0 by 2, V2 minus 0 by 2. And current in 6 ohm will be your V2 minus 0 by 6 will be going to be 0. Now I have got one equation and I am having the two unknown V1 and V2. So definitely I am requiring one more equation to solve this. So look at over here this super node. This super node V1 and V2. V2 is at the plus potential and V1 at the negative potential. So from this one I can write it down. V2 minus of V1 will be your 3 volt. So this will be your second equation. And after solving these two simultaneous equations, I can determine the value of V1 and V2. If I know the value of V1 and V2, then I can determine the value of current in any branch. So I hope in this video you can understand the node and super node analysis. Thank you for watching.